happy Monday. So I am so happy, guys. I know you can barely see my face, but we're gonna try to make this work, okay? Because I was trying to find a place to put my iPad where it wouldn't fall. So I'm hoping this whole cup holder thing works out. So yeah, today's Monday. It is currently 9:35. School started at 9. And where am I heading? I'm heading home. Why? Because school is over. Well, class is over. Which is honestly a waste of time. Like, it was best that I didn't even come, honestly. Because we had a take-home quiz for chapters 41 and 42, basically the integumentary system and skin disorders. So we had that as a take-home quiz over Thanksgiving break. And then today we were just supposed to hand it in. And that was the last 2 chapters. So on our way inside, like, I was telling my classmate, like, I wonder what we're going to do because we basically finished. Are we just going to hand in the quiz and that's it? That's a waste of time. So we get there, we hand in our quiz, we discuss the answers because we always, like, go over the answers after we hand in the Scantron. And then she was like, okay, so you guys could stay if you want and do the final exam study guide, or you could go home if you want. I was like, peace. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. The final exam study guide, I already started yesterday at work. Since I work at in a front desk. At a front desk, there's really, like, especially on Sundays, there's not a lot of people that come, so I usually just do my homework. And usually, like, people who come to visit, they usually know me for doing my homework, so they don't mind. They don't tell on me to my bosses or anything. And even at that, my supervisor knows that I do my homework. Like, she usually asks, like, oh, what subject are you studying now? So, like, everyone's cool with that. So, yeah, I started the study guide yesterday, and I'm like, I need sleep. I can always finish the rest up tonight because it's not much that I have left. So, for me, instead of staying at school, like, I was like, I'ma go home, eat, and go back to sleep and do the study guide when I'm more refreshed. So yeah, that's basically all that happened today. And yeah, I'll come at you guys either tomorrow. Tomorrow is the final exam for Med-Surg, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Med-Surg will finally be over, and then we're going to break into either OB, depending on what group I'm in, either OB or Peds. So yeah, Med-Surg 1 is finally over. I'm so excited. It was so funny because my other teacher, my pharmacology teacher, she was, like, in the other classroom, and she saw me, like, leaving, and she's like, Ruby, come here. I'm like, oh God, what did I do? Is she gonna crack on me for not seeing me at clinical again? So then she was just like, wait, you guys are going home now? And I'm just like, oh no. Well, yeah. I was like, yeah. She said, if you want to, you can stay for the final exam review, but I already finished mine. I lied to her because I didn't want her judging me, but yeah, I was like, yeah, I already finished mine, so I'm going home. She's like, oh, we could have done ATI testing. I'm like, well, you know, other people already left the classroom. So she's like, oh. And so, yeah, so we have ATI testing on Wednesday for both OB and Peds. And usually, like what they did last semester with ATI testing, you test before the class to see where you're at, and then you test after the class to see where you're at. And usually, I don't know if it's going to go the same way for OB and Peds, but usually you're supposed to be at a certain level by the time you finish. By the time you finish class, am I speaking right? By the time you finish, you're supposed to be at a certain level, which is level 2, and that's an indicator that, like, during the NCLEX, you'll pass that section. Like, yeah, it measures just, like, the certainty of you passing that certain section in the NCLEX. So, like, last semester we did that for fundamentals, and so I got a level 2 in fundamentals, so that means that in the NCLEX, my chances of passing for fundamentals are pretty high. So that's basically it. I'm going to stop talking because it's getting to 5 minutes now. But, yeah, I will come at you guys probably tomorrow once I'm done taking the final. And I'll let you guys know. And then Thursday we have off. And then Friday we start OB or Peds. So, yeah, guys. Hey, guys. Happy Tuesday. So, guys, I just came from my final exam. Whoop, whoop. It is over. Med-Surg 1 is finally over. Yes, so Yeah, the final exam wasn't that bad. There was a lot of, like, repeated questions from our old quizzes. So if I didn't get, like, at least an A, I know I got, like, a high B. But I'm pretty certain I got an A because there was only a couple of questions. Once again, the select all that applies kind of tricked me up a little, but I don't think it was that bad. It was actually good. So I'm confident I passed Med-Surg 1, of course. I'm hoping for an A, but we'll see because our clinical grade was 50% of our grade. So I told you guys I got 92 in clinical. And so my average right now for Med-Surg is a 93 for all my quizzes. But then they're going to add in all the, our clinical pharm grades, because clinical pharm, we had to learn, like, the meds, the med names, what they're used for. So that grade is going to be added in. My clinical pharm grade right now is an 85. We have a quiz for that tomorrow on topicals. And so I'm hoping to bring that up to at least an 89. And so, but that's only 10% of our Med-Surg grade. It's 10% of that, 50% for the Med-Surg. And then, I don't know how our final is going to get calculated in there, honestly, because I know usually final counts for, like, a lot more, like a high percent of your final grade. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but I'm really hoping for an A in Med-Surg. Like, that's my goal. If not an A, like I said, a high B. So that's all that happened today. I'm on my way to pay my tuition because I am so late. Guys, listen. Tuition was due November 1st. It is the 28th, okay? But I didn't feel that bad because there was 11 of us that didn't pay in the class, and there's a total of 22 of us. And so that means half the class didn't pay, so I didn't feel as bad. But I'm still like, yo, I don't want them to say, oh, you can't start the next class, or, oh, we can't give you your grade because you didn't pay your tuition. So I'm heading there right now. It's probably like a 15 to 20 minute drive depending on the traffic. So yeah, guys. And oh, I found out what group I'm going to be in. I'm going to be in the OB group first. So yes, I have OB starting on Friday all the way until January, the first week of January. Like, I think the first or second day that we come back is when OB ends, and then I start peds that same week, first week in January, all the way until, I believe, the last week of January. And then February starts our senior semester. So yeah, guys, OB, I'm hearing that it's hard. People who have done the program before are saying, like, the two hardest classes that they took in the program was A&P and OB. But if A&P was hard to them, and I got a 92 in A&P, I'm hoping OB will be the same, and they're just saying that. But yeah, guys, so I started OB. Med-Surg is finally over. Still got one more quiz for clinical pharm tomorrow, but hey, I'm gonna knock that out the park because this final got me feeling like I'm invincible. Okay, so yeah, guys, I will see you most likely either tomorrow or Friday, because tomorrow we're just doing the quiz and then the ATI for OB and peds, and then Friday we start OB. So I think I'm gonna come back on Friday and let you guys just know the summary of how, like, Wednesday and Friday went. So yeah, guys, happy Friday, TGIF. So I am out of class. It is 10:30, and so we've only been in class for an hour 30. So I'm going to give you guys a quick summary of, wait, is this centered right? Okay, this is better. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a quick summary of, when was the last time I spoke to you guys? Was it Tuesday? I believe it was Tuesday. So I'm going to tell y'all about Wednesday and then today. So Tuesday, I think I finished off, like, with my final, and then I said that I would come back. So I found out later on that day, she even, like, it was like an hour or two later, or not even, and she graded our final, so I got a 93 on my final. Yes, so whoop whoop, got an A, and which is amazing because it was a 100 question final. So to know that I only got 7 wrong out of 100 questions, that's pretty dope. Okay, so yeah, I got a 93, and then we had to wait until we got to go home, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, we were already home. What am I talking about? Guys, it's Friday. Don't mind me. But yeah, we were already home when we found out our final grades. I'm talking about we were about to go home. Okay, so that was what happened on Tuesday. So Wednesday, we came in. We had our last quiz for pharmacology. And it was funny because all of us, I didn't even study. None of us studied because we were just like, it's crazy. Once you take a final exam, you no longer want to study for anything else. Like, you're just pooped. You're pooped for the rest of, like, the week. And so, like, it was a pretty bad idea for them to give us a quiz that would count into our Med-Surg grade after our Med-Surg final. Like, that didn't make sense. So, our teacher saw all of our faces. We were all tired. She knew that we did not study. So, she was like, you know what, guys? She was like, get into groups of 4 or 5. If you have your textbook, great. It's going to be an open book quiz. We were like, praise God, praise God. So, yeah, we did that. And our group, it's weird. I don't know how she graded it, if she took some points off just because it was open book. But our group, when we checked, we only got 1 wrong, which was supposed to be a 97. But when she graded it, she gave us a 93. And then one girl in our group who basically knew all the answers, she even got a 90. So I don't know how she graded it, but we ended up getting a 93. We didn't even complain because it's like, hey, if we didn't study, it would have been worse. I mean, if we didn't get the book, it would have been worse. So we'll just take that A. So after that, we did the ATI testing for OB and Peds. Everyone did horrible as expected because we didn't know ish. So for the OB ATI pre-test, I got a 52%. So I knew 50% of the information, like all this stuff, and that was based on me guessing or like remembering some stuff from previous classes that could apply. And then for the PEDS one, it was so much harder. I got a 53.3%. And so basically we have to keep practicing, and then at the end they want to see where we're at. So at the end we should be at least like a 90%, or like a level 2, I believe. Yeah, we're supposed to be at a level 2, and level 2 is what I had in fundamentals, which I said before. And yeah, if you get a level 1, they subtract 1 point from your grade on OB or PEDS, depending on which one you do really bad on. If you get a level 3, they add 1 point because you're past the point, like you're still popping. So, but level 3 is probably really, really hard to do. But I'm rambling on. Let me finish up. So, after we did the ATI testing, we had to wait for our final grades. And so our teacher who teaches Med-Surg, she wasn't even there, so she left it to our pharmacology teacher. So it's like we couldn't even get feedback on how we did in Med-Surg or anything like that. It was basically like our pharm teacher that calculated our final grade. So the final grade included our Med-Surg quiz average along with like our assignments, our clinical grade, our final exam grade, and then our pharmacology grade onto one. So those 4 things added into our final Med-Surg grade, and my final Med-Surg grade was a 92. So I passed Med-Surg with an A. That was something that I was so determined to do just because I heard that Med-Surg was really hard. And I'm like, at first I'm like, okay, you know, I'll be fine with just passing with a B. But I'm like, no, I could do this A. I could really do this A. So yeah, I got an A in Med-Surg. And so yesterday we had the day off. I didn't even get to relax because I was sick. My allergies were acting up, so I was just at home sneezing and a hot mess. So I didn't even get to enjoy my day off like that. And then today we started OB, and she told us, like, when we got there at 9, she was like, listen, guys, today's going to be a short day for you guys. Yeah, y'all going to be out by 10:30. We're only going over the syllabus and the first chapter. So we finished the first chapter of OB today. And it was just on, like, some, like, it was like a summary of, like, P's and OB throughout the years, like in the past and the present now. And so tomorrow's when we start on like the female reproductive system and stuff. Well, not tomorrow. Today's Friday. Girl, get together. Monday. What else? Yeah, and so the other class, they were jealous. I'm like, because, you know, my teacher didn't want me. She didn't want me back. She didn't want me to stay in her group. She kicked me out to the OB group. So we were out. I'm like, because they have 32 pages in their chapter that they're covering. I mean, I'm saying that now, but like later on when we start P's, it's going to be the same thing. But for now, it's like, peace, guys, peace. So yeah, that was my week. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, if you want to see more of me, want to see my old videos, you know, it doesn't hurt to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. You know, it's free. It's free, guys. All right, guys. Bye.